So we'll move on to the next one. Next one, 3-bedroom home. This is just a basic 3-bedroom home on a full site in Manurewa. That one there, we purchased for $230,000. It was a distressed vendor. They were now living overseas, wanted to simply get rid of the property. Okay, it was an agent that was the first property I bought from this particular agent. I've been working with them for a period of time. We looked at a number of properties and then finally got one to work. And so this property, purchased for $230,000. We're just in the process of doing that renovation. We'll spend a little under $5,000 on it. It's purely cosmetic stuff. Okay. We've chosen in that one to leave a tenant in there. That rent that you see at the end there, that pre-tax cash flow of 3,377, so just over 3,000, was with a sitting tenant. We're actually currently working now to increase the rent on that property. We're going to do a conversion in the garage to a sleep out. We'll take the rent from $350 a week to $420 a week, and we'll double that pre-tax figure. Okay. You can see the valuation as is came in at $315. No money down deal. Okay. The next ones, which is that deal 4, deal 5, and deal 6, and deal 7. So 4 properties. I bought all of 4 of those on one day. I got 3 of them were with the same agent that I bought the previous Manurewa home from. And so he rang me with a listing that he'd just picked up. It's an agent I've been working with for quite some time. One other agent in the office knew about it, but it hadn't gone to the property press. He'd literally just picked it up. It consisted of a 3-bedroom home plus another property which was a duplex, a 2-bedroom and a 3-bedroom on a cross-lease title in Clendon. This vendor was seriously motivated. He'd had the properties listed with another agent for 3 months, hadn't been able to sell them, but it had offers on them. This one here, which was that I bought for $207, he'd turned down offers at $240 on it. He'd turned down offers on the $310, which that's for both. He'd turned down offers at $360 on that. But his motivation had shifted over time. So I went in with those ones. We picked those up, $207. Full renovation on the 3-bedroom home, $12,760. That was quite extensive, that renovation, and valued at $302. Again, no money down deal. Positive cash flow on that at the renovated cost, just over $6,000 after all costs, including interest costs, obviously. The next one, the duplex, bought for $310, spent just $24,470. Okay, again, that's renovating 2 homes. Okay, so total cost $334,470. We just had that revalued at $494,000. That's not just a no money down deal. That's a cashback deal. Okay, so refinance at 80% on the 494 would have made that a cashback deal. I actually traded that property. And I traded it contemporaneously. In fact, I traded both the 3-bedroom home and those 2 contemporaneously. They were bought with 5% deposits, long settlements with access. We got in, we renovated them, we put tenants in them, and we found buyers for them and settled contemporaneously. So from both those deals, I had tied up about $20,000 across the 3 of them. Okay. The next one, home and income. Again, that's the one I bought on the same day. I was going to trade that, but I chose to keep it. Home and income, bought for $290, spent just under $15 on it. Didn't pick up a huge chunk of equity, had to live with only $65,000 on day one on that one. But the cash flow, just under $15,000 pre-tax. Okay, was again, motivated vendor, grossly under-rented. Back 2-bedroom unit was being rented for about $180. I've got a tenant going into that at $290. Front house was at $270. I've got a tenant going into that at $360. Grossly under-rented. Mangere, that's one I've just picked up. At $221. That was working with an agent that I've had a relationship with quite some time. Sean's spoken to you before about the agents that go above and beyond, the professional agents that will do what other agents won't. I worked on that deal over the long weekend, Labour weekend. I was Queen's birthday weekend. I was in Taupo. The agent rang me at 6 o'clock on the Sunday night of a long weekend. Now, I can tell you most agents aren't working at 6 p.m. on the Sunday of a long weekend. My agent had been working all day to put that deal to bed for me. So we did that deal, okay? We just finalised what the reno costs are going to be. That'll value conservatively $323. Strong cash flow property, just over $13,000 pre-tax, okay? Palmerston North one, that's a bit of a different one. That's another rent by the room property. That'll be settled next week and the renovations will be underway within about a week after that. That is both equity and cash flow. Okay, that's a 14 bedroom property that I don't have time to go into how we do the numbers on that one, but you can see there, bought for $440, 35 in reno, total cost $475. That will end up valuing at $790 on a commercial basis. So
what do you reckon, mate? Did it work for you?
It's working for me, mate.
You sure?
I mean, and whilst I think what I should point out as well is that whilst we started at the end of August, the time frame for these deals is March, April, May. And sorry, that first one was actually March. So it took me some time to get the systems in place, to take the learnings, to become the market expert. I then disappeared off for 5 weeks at Christmas and had a holiday, came back, and really got stuck in. But the things that have enabled me to do these deals is I teamed up with some other guys that were in the group with me as well, and we pooled our resources. I've taken advantage of every single resource that Sean's made available to me and just wrung the life out of it and taken a massive amount of action. As I say, there'll be a whole lot of people in this room that have probably got a whole lot more resource than I had available to me in terms of actual dollars, because if I told you how much of my own money I had tied up to do these deals, you wouldn't believe me. You won't believe me.
Go on, tell them quick.
40 grand.